The heat order here for heat number 1. It's going to be Slaunch, Armada, Hunter, Vulcan, and Luke in this first heat here. Going to be the first ones to just go straight into the cheese here. Of this 18 lap heat, double check, green flag, 19, it's close, damn, green flag. Looks, oh, that's tough. I think we're gonna have a caution right off the bat here. Vulcan going a little hard in the in the first quarter there, or the second quarter, and getting into that treacherous rock on the exit of the corner. It's really tough because the wall is very inconsistent at this track. Like you have a huge wall here. Most of the straightaway, like the wall is decently sized, but then these two corners, the wall is very, very small, and you can easily fly out of the track in those corners. And turn number 2, it's perfectly set up for disaster because you've got a fat cushion that most drivers are going to want to run, and you've got a rock there and a very easy wall to climb out of. So that's one thing to look out for in this race. You're going to see probably a few cautions. Slaunch saving it. That could have been terrible. Almost another caution. Weird. Usually heats are like pretty clean, but already getting some action here. And it's going to be Armada off to the early lead. And another thing to say about this track, like you may have noticed, like the other track, 20 lap heats, it was, right? Yeah. 19 lap heat here. So the lap times on this track and the one that we just previously raced, actually pretty similar. Like oh my God, Hunter just smacking Vulcan into the wall right there. That might be another caution. That was a tough crash. Holy moly. Right as Luke and Armada were about to start battling, but we'll see how they go to the line. That might be an early, yep, was a caution called. All right, cool. So 2 cautions already in a heat race. That might be a record this season. No, I think that Rixon one had a few, but still. Generally, heats go cautionless. We're going to get them lined up, restarted here. Armada and Luke front row, green flag. But yeah, I feel like if you looked at these tracks like at a glance, you would think, oh wow, this track is way longer than the other one. But no, this track is super fast. You know, the intense banking, you got just extremely quick corners. It ends up being a very similar lap time. I feel like just seeing the triangle shape, you'd be like, oh, this is going to be a long track. But then if you back out and look at it, it's really not. I think one driver having a rough, I believe it was Vulcan there having a rough start. Oh, yeah, Vulcan was like having issues. I don't know if it was like with his controller batteries or something. Like, I just remember that he was having some sort of issues. Barely makes it off the track safely there. Some form of issue this heat, and unfortunately, I think he might park it for the night here. And drivers figuring out that final turn. A lot of different potential lines to take through that one. One of the more unique, probably the most unique corner on any of these tracks, Pepperjack Park. And it's going to be Luke in the lead, getting a decent gap. Armada still holding on to second. Hunter in third, and Slaunch in fourth. And this is the heat race now that Vulcan has pulled out. So we'll see where these guys finish. It looks like that second through fourth, I mean, they're all fairly close. Any of those spots are up for grabs. Luke's got a pretty nice gap for the lead at this point, though. I mean, Slaunch and Hunter are definitely right there. There it is. Slaunch going for it. Gets the drive. Oh! He's going to have the inside for this next corner, but do you want it? Do you want it? Hunter's going to take that cushion. Oh! Slaunch going for the block. Gets the momentum steal. And is going to go for that inside line again, and he will complete the pass here, although Hunter did have a nice run off the exit of the corner, but Slaunch definitely going to complete that pass. And this is a tough track to make passes on because it's kind of like a question of where do you do it, you know? Like most of the time you're going to go for a run in that final corner and you're going to carry it here, but you kind of want the outside going into this corner, so it's a tough track to make passes on, especially when it's, you know, when it's in a pack, it's not as tough, right? Pack racing always makes things more difficult and easier, right? Like if there's a pack, depending on where you are, you can make some fat moves and you could really get conked. But when you're going solo on this track, or when it's just like a one-on-one, things can get pretty tough because you can get those inside runs, but it's all about how are you going to complete them? How are you going to make that pass happen? Because there's a lot of good lines to fight back with on this track. as we go to, I think, the completion of the race there. Luke going to take the win. Armada second. Slaunch third. And Hunter in fourth. And Vulcan will be finishing that one out in fifth. Pulling off. But don't worry. We will have a surprise 10th driver later on in the night. Yeah, you know what? Store brand soda actually wasn't that bad. Okay, so next heat. Going to be Roman, Opix, Shift, Camby, and Sector. Could honestly be a pretty good heat here with how we saw these guys battle the last track. Low-key, this is actually like potentially just a really well-balanced heat. Green flag. Oh, Opix and Camby both going for the cushion, but different ways afterwards. Roman going to lead the first lap down. Opix working his way to second already. Right there in the hunt. He's going to go for a move here. Has a run. Roman's going to block the inside. Takes another lap down. Shift not too far off. Opix into the rock. Camby into the back of him, but not really a caution, and that's unfortunate. That might cost the rest of this race here if a caution doesn't happen for Opix, Camby, and Sector. That lost them all a lot of time. Unfortunate mistake. It's going to get Roman in first with a nice gap and Shift in second, and they're looking pretty nice right now considering the fact that, you know, this is starting to single out already, and probably not another caution unless somebody makes another mistake into the rock. It's most likely the way we could see another one coming out, so the way it looks right now, this heat may go just clean and green for the rest of the way. Unless someone really screws up. I mean, that last one could have been a caution. It was really close. Just not quite close enough with each other to get that contact at the right time to warrant one. Yeah, we see the different lines already. I mean, the shot right there, people taking different grooves in that last corner. We'll have to see how that evolves throughout the night, because I don't think anybody's like super certain on fastest line through there. And Opix having a good run to get back to Shift, so we may see a second place battle here. I don't know if he could get back to the lead, but he's made a really nice gain to get back to Shift. And getting second place in the heat here, you start up a row, could be huge for the moto. And that's the thing with these heat races, right? It's an extra. Every position you get is another row that you start further up the front. So definitely important. Obviously, these oval races, you know, cautions, lots of battles, lots of pack racing, lots of switch positions. So not as important as it would be on like a GP track, but still could, you know, a good start can do a lot. Can do a lot for a good race for many drivers. A good start can make a huge difference. And we're really rolling through this past the halfway point already. So still, I mean, honestly, like, it looks like Shift and Opix are actually keeping time with Roman here. It looks like they're gaining on him. They're running really clean in second and third. Sector not really making anything happen. Camby, they're still fourth and fifth, still trying to figure out the track. Going 4 laps to go. I think Roman with his gap just trying to experiment here, see if there's anything he's missing out on, seeing if there's any speed that he's potentially, you know, leaving out on the track here. Not taking advantage of, because Shift and Opix are getting really close. Not as good of a cushion run there, though. I think Roman experimented with the outside here last lap. Going to go back to the inside. Maybe not happy with the results of that. And Opix going for it, trying to make another trying to make another second place finish happen in a heat race tonight. And they're really getting after it. White flag. Oh, Shift with the run. Through turn 3. Roman's going to take the win, and Opix will hold on to it. Takes the second right at the end. Shift third. Camby will take that spot over Sector as well, so fourth will go to him. Oh, is there another lap? Rip. Well, it's still going to be the same result. Oh, yeah, it was 19 lap heat. I forgot. Wow, this is a fat gap. I didn't realize this was this long. There we go. Boom. Okay, so going to be getting into the motos here. Going to be, try to remember this, 48 lap motos here at Pepperjack Superspeedway. Starting order going to be, is this the same that we saw? This might be the same starting order we saw, at least for the front row. This last race, that's weird. Armada first, Roman second, Opix third, Slaunch fourth, Shift fifth, Hunter sixth, Camby seventh, Sector eighth, Luke ninth, and Fireball 10th. Showing up here late in the season. Champion from the first oval season, going to try to make something happen here. At the end of this Pepperjack tournament, maybe mix things up a little bit. So definitely look out for him to pick up the track and make things interesting. Had a really strong first oval season. Green flag. That's going to be a good battle for the lead. Opix going for it, going for the lead. Takes the lead down the first lap. And Roman going to get the block pass on Armada as well, so he's going to fall into second. Armada going the wrong way. Oh, he goes for a big move, though. Might have that inside on Roman. He's going to be in the middle of a 3 wide. Wow, that was actually a huge move. And Shift making it interesting on the inside, too. And it looks like they may have the spot on Roman there. Opix leading early on with a pretty nice gap. And this is Fireball already making some moves really far up the pack. Not wasting any time, getting Roman super loose right there. It's going to be a 3 wide now. He is making gains through the pack, not wasting any time here. And they're not going to have anything for him. He just drives straight through second and third right there. Going to take those spots. Whoa. Roman, close wreck avoidance there on Slaunch. Slaunch got super loose on the backstretch. Oh, Slaunch again. Holding on to it. Oh no, Shift. Oh. Oh no. That's gonna be our first caution here. So at the line and 8 laps in, we're gonna have our first caution of the night. Or for this moto. For this track. Nah, for the motos. We had ones in the heat. Line them back up. Get this race restarted. Nice. 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 Alright, now we're ready to go. So Opix and Fireball going to lead the field down. Okay, what is going on with Slaunch and Cammy? And green flag. Really even restart. Honestly, that was super good around the field. Oh, and Opix not giving Fireball that outside line. Gonna maintain the lead, and Fireball's gonna get stuck in a rough crash. Probably gonna be an early caution right there. And now all that fat gains he had in the first like 9 laps is gonna have to make it happen again. Still a lot of time left though. All right, we're pacing. All right, to the line and green flag. Another pretty even restart. A nice cold trickle in the back. All right, that's negative 80 points right there. And Opix and Armada super close to the line. Couldn't even really tell who led that lap. Really intense two wides here. At the front of the pack, Slunch again. Just flirting with that wall on the exit of turn 2. And almost goes down, but saves it yet again. That's like the 3rd time he's done that this moto alone. Might cost him eventually, but he's holding on to it right now. Might have a 4-wide battle for the lead here. Not quite, but definitely 4 drivers in contention here. It's Armada, Opix, Hunter, and Luke right now. Going for the 3-wide. Not going to make it happen. Hunter on the inside of Opix. Now maybe a 3-wide back here. Oh, super tight. Yeah, Armada off to a nice lead. Early on, Fireball getting in front of that backpack there. Going to start to try to make some gains and get back up through the pack. Had a really, really, really good start to the race and has to work his way back through. After last caution. Whoa, that crossover was intense. Luke and Canby going at it for 4th and 5th. Opix and Hunter still going at it for 2nd and 3rd. And not that far off of Armada. And Roman's not too far off of Luke and Canby's battle either. See how they go through turn 3. Variety of lines there. Cross the stripe again. Hunter and Opix just side by side, just content running side by side the whole race. No one making that move. Side by side again. 2 side by sides for us. Sounds like lap traffic may be getting close too. Is it? Oh yeah. Not that far off. Yeah, Hunter and Opix, just that 2 wide is not breaking anytime soon. Single wide behind them now. See how long that lasts. And with all this battling, Fireball's starting to get pretty close again. Oh, that boost. Oh, Luke might have the inside on Hunter there. But how are they going to run it through the corner? That's going to cost them some time. Neither of them run the cushion. But Canby and Roman might start battling, and Fireball's right there as well to take advantage. Armada and Opix now to the clean single wide. Going to help them out. Canby in the wall. Goes down gloriously, and that's probably going to be a caution there. Did they stop on the backstretch? Nope. Going around another time. I think it might be a caution here when we get to it this time by. Maybe it was close on the line. Yeah. All right, there we go. Ooh, the knuckle cracks. I hope I got that on stream. Okay, so gonna be 27 at the line. Remember, it's a 48 lap race over the halfway point. As we restart yet again, seeing more crashes on this track than we saw on the last one, which is not that surprising. Kind of, I think most of us probably expected that due to the style of these tracks. Armada and Opix leading him down. Green flag. Only 1 win between the top 3 drivers right now, so could see some new action here. Oh, that was close. Could see some new winners here in this last race of the season. And Hunter's the one going for it. Making the inside move, going for the block, and he gets it. Hunter out to the lead. And he's going to start running that cushion. And that's Fireball. He's going to get Armada in the wall. That's going to cost him a ton of time. He goes all the way back into that pack there. And goes for the inside at the right time as Hunter makes a mistake. Now going to be taking the lead. A lot of positions up for grabs through the middle of the pack here. Fireball and Hunter with a pretty solid 1-2 though. The rest of these guys, pretty much anything can be switched up here. Lots of laps remaining, too. Still a lot of time left in the race, even though we're past the halfway point. Points on the line, too, for the championship hunt. Pepperjack tournament. Oh, Roman forced into the wall. Saves it. I honestly think he's probably wishing he didn't save that. If it would have been a more violent crash, could have had a caution. Because now he's going to be way on the back in this green flag run if there's not another caution. Speak of it. Opix flipping around. I'm not sure if that's... They keep it going. I'm not sure if that's going to be one either. Fireball opening up a nice lead. And Hunter also. These drivers just having so... Oh, Cammy in the bottom. These drivers having issues with that turn 2 exit. It is tricky. But man, they're having issues with it here at this point in the race. And that will be a caution. So, going to hit the line. 11 laps to go at the line. Need like a quarter of the race left. Going to be Fireball and Solange leading him down. Switched up a lot. Switched up a lot on that run. The entire pack. Green flag. See what happens here off the start. Fireball goes for the inside. Solange going to get any kind of move. He has a fat run. Just trying to maintain it there. Trying to keep any type of gap he can to get back to the outside. Not going to be able to. And Fireball's still protecting the inside. Solange messes up the cushion. If he could have got a better run right there, he maybe could have been able to make a move, but just popped those tires above the wall and not the time to do it. But still not too far off, though. Now everybody's going to settle up to the cushion line. Does Solange try to make something happen here? He's going to try to get some momentum. Single wide throughout the field right now. Kind of weird with all the battles that we've been seeing that they're settling out at this moment with this little time remaining. But I mean, a lot of these drivers are super close. We're going to see some people go for some battles here real soon. Sure of it. Three wide. Hold on to it. Opix going for it. Oh, crazy battle there through the middle of the pack. Sector trying to work his way into the top 5, trying to maintain the top 5 position. He's actually in it right now. Oh, hard contact. Fireball and Solange. Fireball holding on to the lead, but Solange still not too far off. Camby into the rock. And that's going to be another late caution here. I know the drivers got tripped up on this one for a bit, so I'm going to skip ahead here because a little downtime is possible for everyone watching. Okay, so they have it figured out at this point. So it's going to be a green-white checkered. Green-white checkered here. The first moto of the last race. Love to see it. End of the season. Of course, it end off this way. Green flag. Fireball with a really nice jump on the restart. Oh, sector to the infield. Crazy moves being made towards the front. Oh, that's going to cost him super hard. He's going to go all the way back to last. I think that was caution? I guess caution on that one. So, lining him back up again. So, another green-white checkered here. Second one. End off this first moto. Fireball and Luke in the front row. And green flag. Oh, somebody slid to the infield. Was that sector again? What? How does that happen? White flag. And Fireball's looking pretty good for the lead, but a lot of these other positions up for grabs. Second place battle, 3 wide. The crossover to the line, and Hunter gets second. It looked like Luke third, Opix fourth. Close battle to the line at the end there for that second place spot. Everybody really duking it out for that spot. Let's take another look at that last lap. Hunter, or Fireball, just like a really nice gap, did a really nice job on the first lap. And then in this last corner here, they go 3 wide in. Slaunch not too far off. Luke going for the momentum from the wall, and honestly seemed like got momentum from Slaunch too. And Slaunch could have maybe made it go 4 wide, but didn't get as much of a run. And then Hunter just edges them out on the outside at the line. Luke taking the 3rd place spot, and Opix just barely missed out on the 4th place spot. So super close there at the line. Nice 3 wide photo finish here. Love to make it exciting in the last race. And Slaunch holding on to that top 5. Camby 6th, Armada 7th, Roman 8th, Shift 9th, and Sector 10th. That's the results of our first moto here, Pepperjack Park Speedway, or Superspeedway. So we'll get them lined up now for Moto 2. I'm sure the results of that one are going to make things a bit more interesting for this tournament and the season as a whole. Spot on the monitor. Hold up. Okay, I think I got it. Cool. All right. Let's get them lined up here for the final moto of the season. Oops. Oh, come on. Okay. So, order for last moto of the season going to be Sector, Shift, Roman, Armada, Camby, Slaunch, Luke, Opix, Hunter, and Fireball. Rounding out the field, 48 more laps to close out the season. And we are green. Gonna be a 3 wide there in the middle. Double 3 wides. 2 wide for the lead. Looks like Sector leads the first lap down. Oh, Hunter saving it in the back there. You just see that fat momentum that you get off of turn 2. Turn 2 and occasionally in turn 3 as well. You can get some insane off the corner momentum on this track. Fireball being a little more patient with this one, still towards the back. Shift, leading out the field. Oh yeah. Which moto was that? When did that happen? I don't remember. 3 wide. Settles out a little bit. Really clean start to Moto 2, honestly. That's maybe Fireball going for his first position there. Trying to get by Hunter in the back. But they're not too far off the pack. This pack is still alive. All these guys are close. Shift is really the only driver out of anybody that has stretched it out. Oh, Hunter flying off the track into the rock. That's going to be an early caution here. To the line. Close one between Roman and like Sector there, but everything else pretty settled out. So like 7, 8 laps in, gonna have an early caution. I don't know what's going on here. All right. Sit down to the line, green flag. Early Moto 2 restart. 4 wide potentially. Keeps it clean. Big runs off of turn 2. Oh, Camby. Get into the wall there. Fireball going high. That 3 wide there. Towards the middle. Oh, they're going to make it 4. Oh, boy. Hawks is going to settle out of that one. They make it 4 again. Camby gets pushed out of that one. Luke and Fireball hooking up for the reach draft of the century here. Oh! Fat momentum now for Fireball and Roman. And patient start to the moto, but after that caution, flying through the field, Fireball already up to podium position. And, you know, nothing really to lose here. Nothing, not racing for a championship here, so he's pretty much just can go all out, do whatever he wants at this point. Oh, gets Armada in the wall. And that's going to be tough for him. He's going to lose a lot of time off that. He's going to lose a ton of positions, too. rough scenes for Armada there. That was a really good start to the moto. He's going to have to work it back now. And it's Fireball and Shift battling for the lead at the line. Shift trying to hold that momentum. Fireball blocking it off, not allowing him to get that run. Shift going to go for the fight back here. Has a run. Runs him up top too. Out of the track and into the rock. Shift not letting him have that spot. Fireball going to go to the back on that. So we're going to restart this race again. Oh my god. Hunter and Armada crashing back there too. I'm not sure what happened. Alright, so going to restart again. We are going to be at lap 18, so getting close to that halfway point. Going to be Shift and Roman leading him down. Shift doing a really nice job tonight of holding his starting spot in these Moto 2s. Oh, Opix, no! Already some contact on the outside. Might be a caution for that early on. Roman going for the lead. Trying to drive to that championship. Get as many points as possible. Trying to end out with a moto win tonight. And yeah, we will get the early caution on that. Okay, pacing him down. Again, getting really close to the halfway point. Gonna be 20 at the line. Green flag. Oh man. Big runs on the outside being blocked all across the track. 4 wide down the middle. This is like a 5-way battle here. It's 5, 6, like everybody in the front's battling here at this point. No one out of it yet. Still a lot of time left in this race. Oh! And Fireball into the rock back there, and Opix and Slaunch get into it, so that's like a double caution. And Fireball getting stuck in the most unfortunate of positions. Let's see how this occurred. So in last here. Goes too hard on the outside and just wedges right in. What? That's tough. Well, it's going to be a little bit of a delay here as we try to get Fireball either a new goose or try to get that one out. Very unfortunate place to get stuck in. I don't know how that happens, but yeah, that was weird. All right, so get this race restarted. Halfway through. As soon as we hit the line here, green flag. It's Roman and Luke in the front row duking it out, and huge stoppage. Fireball able to get around it that time, going to gain a ton of positions. That could be huge for him to get past a lot of those drivers. Big runs off of turn 2. Luke going to the lead, and Roman now in second, and actually Sector in podium position at the moment. Showing some, wasn't able to get the finish in Moto 1, but definitely showing some potential on this track. Shift actually with a freaking huge run down the straightaway. Click another lap down. Luke and Roman 1-2, decent gap. Sector in third with a decent gap, honestly. Everybody else still really close. I think that is Fireball. Now going to stretch his way from the pack into that 4th place spot. So those top 4 have settled out. These guys, though, for top 5's position, they are going at it. Any of these guys could take it at this point with how close they are. Oh, Fireball getting really close with the wall. Super touchy. Could have flown out of the track right there. Armada going for the crossover. They're trying to work it up to Hunter and Camby as well. Remember, tournament points and the season points. Oh, Luke going rough on the wall, and so did Sector on the same lap, and Hunter crashes off of it, and that might be a caution there. 2 drivers save it, but that ends up causing a caution behind them. So we get it lined back up, and off to the pace. Going to be 15 laps to go at the line. God, these paces are pissing me off tonight. All right. Are we missing someone? Green flag. Why did that look so weird? Okay, some lag coming out for Sector. At least in the theater. I don't remember him lagging during the race, but weird. So Luke's going to lead the first lap down. Roman and Fireball and Camby in a 3-way battle for second behind him. Like 5-way battle back there too. The top 5 drivers aren't that far off. Still a lot of positions up for grabs. And we're running out of time, but I mean still at least a quarter of this race to go, so many battles to be had. Fireball looking really strong. And turn 3 might be the difference maker for him this race. And they're going to line up there. Second, third, and fourth. Try to catch up to the lead. A lot of these guys going single wide right now. Probably will be another caution too. So maybe if there's like a call and it's not right at the line, they'll have time to like go for a last second move. Try to get a extra position. The lineup for the restart if we get into a situation like that. Might be the most settled out we've seen this racetrack all night. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. We've had some long green oh, Camby spins around in turn number 3. Sticks it on the wall. I like that strat. Oh, this is where he lags out, right? Yeah, that's tough. So, unfortunate situation here for Camby. Now we have to get back him on. It's going to take a little bit here. So we get him back in, and it's going to be a 6-lap shootout at the line. So not a green-white checkered yet, but another late race shootout. We've seen plenty of these tonight. And green flag. Luke and Fireball leading him down. And already going for that outside cushion early on. That's going to give them both a fat run. They're going to get way ahead of the pack here. Oh, shift. Going for that outside run. Shoves Camby down to the inside. Just unfortunate. Camby going for the momentum steal and just did not really have any control over that. And shift obviously with a ton of momentum. Unfortunate. He's going to lose a ton of time, too, if there's not another caution. Might be it for Camby, but there is still time. Unfortunate way to end the season for him if that's how it ends up going down. You know, obviously Camby having a really good first oval season. The second oval season outing has not been as kind towards him. But still in a pretty decent spot in points despite that. Usually looked at as a pretty decent oval driver capable of getting some wins. Maybe just not as consistent as some of the top oval drivers, but definitely has the speed at some of these tracks. Oh, that could be it. Hold on to it. And I think that might be race right there. Potentially Fireball taking the win. Are we going to pull it off here? Yep. So that will be the conclusion of the season. Let's get another look at that final lap there. So white flag this time down. See if anything's switched up. Might be some battles in the mid-pack here, but overall pretty calm end of the season here. After that first moto. So yeah, to the line. Fireball takes it. Luke second. Roman third. And Hunter edges out Opix to the line again. Coming in fourth and then fifth. That's kind of crazy. And Sector just shy of the top 5 and 6th. Armada 7th. Solange 8th. Shift 9th. And Camby in 10th. Rounding out Oval Season 2 here. So quick, not going to do a recap video, but quick little recap at the end here. Here are the results for Pepperjack Park Superspeedway. As you can see, the overall going to go to Fireball, Luke 2nd, Hunter 3rd, Opix 4th, Roman 5th, Slaunch 6th, Sector 7th, Armada 8th, Canby 9th, Shift 10th, and Vulcan 11th there for Pepperjack Park Superspeedway, closing out the tournament. And the bonuses there are also the tournament bonuses. You can see the finishing points here. So it's going to be Luke taking 1st in the tournament, Roman 2nd. Those were pretty good gaps. But then super close, Hunter takes 3rd over Opix. So it's going to be Hunter 3rd, Opix 4th for the tournament. Slaunch takes 5th. And the bonus points are paid out to the top 3. So I think we have Luke with 8 bonus points for winning the tournament. Second would be, I believe, 5 bonus points for Roman, getting 2nd in the tournament. And then 3rd, Hunter clutching it out by 2 points over Opix is going to give him an extra 2 points, which we'll see when we go to the point standings here. You know, I was saying it actually ends up making a difference. Like, the tournament points absolutely mattered. Do we have Chili on here? Do you do those bonus that make much of a difference? I guess Roman got a few more off that, but yeah, the Chili points were... tournament points were also added in, but you know, back to the last race here. Yeah, where were we? So yeah, Slaunch not 5th. Sorry, our Armada and Opix tied it out there for that 4th place spot. Not sure how the tiebreaker worked out on that one. Yeah, I don't even know. I'd have to figure that out. So like 4th and 5th for them. It doesn't really matter because bonus points aren't paid out to their positions anyways, but, I mean, that's their finish for the tournament. Going to be Slaunch in 6th. Let me sift through this here. I believe Sector 7th. What, Canby 8th, Shift 9th, unless I missed someone. Yeah. 10th would go to Vulcan, who holds on to that over Fireball in 11th. You know, their points getting added on at the end, not making all the rounds, but that's how it winds up. So... as far as the lead went, didn't get that close for the first 2 for the Pepperjack tournament. You know, super long tournament, a lot of points paid out. Not surprising that those gaps got pretty big, but for that 3rd, 4th, 5th place, like that got super close right there. And yeah, not a lot of points separating those drivers. So only gives them the 2 extra points, but those 2 extra points could have changed some positions in the points. So yeah, as far as the Pepperjack dot goes, that's pretty much it. Let's go to, oh, we have this too. There you go. That makes it easier. I didn't realize that was there. Anyways, I guess last look at the schedule here. You can see how the season panned out. Lots of different winners throughout, and what for only 4 different overall winners. A few different moto winners though. Well, actually, wait. Yeah, we only had 4 different overall winners, and we only, interestingly enough, a lot of sweeps this season. This may be the most sweeps we've ever seen. I mean, look at that. The first 4 races were sweeps, and then Luke and Roman traded off for a little bit, and then obviously Chili, difficult to sweep, and then ended off with 2 sweeps. So over half the schedule ended up being sweeps. That's kind of crazy. I don't think we've seen anything like that before. And another interesting little stat, the only driver to not win an overall but win a moto ended up being, even though there were so many drivers that were close to winning a moto. I mean, look at this, Hunter with the 2nd, Armada with the 2nd there, Slaunch with the 2nd there, you know, Opix with the 2nd there. A lot of drivers really close, Vulcan with some 3rds. It ends up being Armada, the only driver to score a moto win and not get an overall. So that's kind of crazy. Makes sense that it would happen at Chili. Like, that totally makes sense. But just crazy that's how it worked out, that other than Armada, every driver that got a moto win at some point won an overall. Crazy. And you can see how the points like switched out throughout the season. You know, all the heats, all the overall top 3s here, all the moto winners. Go to the points chart, and crowned champion for Oval Season 2 is going to be Roman, taking home this one. Armada in 2nd, the runner-up, and Vulcan 3rd. And it was very close until those last 2 nights. That definitely separated it a bit more, but could have been like a 4 or 5-way battle throughout most of the season, and then towards the second half, Roman started to hit a better run and put it into another gear and start to run away with it. So yeah, it ends up being Armada Vulcan Hunter 4th, 587, and talking about those 2 points from the tournament, Hunter beats Opix by 2 points in for that 4th place spot. So ended up helping out him to a really solid points finish for him. Probably one of the more competitive seasons from Hunter. This is probably the closest he's been to being like in the championship running. So big for him. Opix 5th with the 585. Again, like same thing goes for him too. Camby 6th. The 547, not able to make all the races, so not like friendly mulligans there, but still a decent season out of Camby. Maybe expected a bit more, but was still able to salvage a good points finish. Sector with the 7th there. With 527, beats out Shift in exciting fashion. Only 1 point. Wow. Wow. The mulligans probably helped him out there. But he does beat him out. Slaunch with the 9th place. 457, not getting the full starts. If he did get full starts, I would wager that he would have finished ahead of Sector and Shift, and probably Camby as well. I don't know how close he would have been with Opix and Hunter, but I think he would have finished ahead of those guys if he was able to get the full starts. So that top 8. That's as far as it goes for the people with full starts. Everybody behind that did not have it. Jared 10th with the 333, Real Dill 11th with the 259, Detail 12th with the 168, Fireball with the 13th 83, 14th Justice with the 50, and Luke with the 733 non-competing ball satch. I wasn't even going to point that out. Anyways, quick roll through. Scroll through that. I don't know. Watch this on YouTube. You can pause it if you want to see any of those. Got the stats here. So if you want to see the stats to go along with the points, there you go. Got the different overall winners, different moto wins, heat wins, plus minus, all that cheese. Damn, 1 off the 100. I didn't realize that till now. It's close. Oh yeah, the average plus minus is kind of weird. Because like the drivers with the average plus minus weren't competing. But like that's kind of an interesting stat to me because Real Dill actually had the best average plus minus. I mean, obviously he didn't get to race out the second half of the season, but like of those drivers, and look at how close it was. Oh shit, what I hit. Whoops. Look at how close it ended up being between that top 4, like championship contenders here. If you want to include Opix in it too. None of their average plus minus is like that crazy, and they're super close between all of them too. Like just kind of an interesting little stat right there that just stuck out to me. At the moment, how close all those guys were, and how close it was. Like these guys, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that the guys back here that don't have as many starts have the more defined average plus minus, right? The more starts you get, it's going to get a little closer, but that's still interesting. Like this whole pack, like it's actually not that crazy on those stats. Get all the percentages too. Average points a race is an interesting one. Not surprising that Roman, of the people with the most, with the full starts and championship contenders, had the best average points a race. That just makes sense. But again, look at how close everybody was in that top 4. Like this championship was super tight. Closest to 0. That's just how it goes. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that tiebreaker would be. I don't even know. I don't even know. How would it even be determined? Is it you and Slaunch? Oh, it was you and Armada. So it'd be like best finish, right? So it would go to shit. What did Armada get at the first race? Did he get a second? He did. So it would go to Armada, right? I guess. So you only got thirds. Yeah, I think. I don't know, unless I'm like missing a contingency or something. I think it would go to Armada then. So like technically Armada with the 4th and then Opix with the 5th and the Pepperjack tournament results, I suppose. Yeah, that'll end up being pretty interesting. And that's pretty much it here. Not too much else to go through. Interesting impromptu oval season sequel here. Ended up having some really good racing, to be honest. A lot of good races. Definitely some 10-year future HRL histories here. Yeah, solid racing for the comeback, and the lobbies that we had ended up being pretty good, and we'll see what we do in the future. But as for now, that is it. GG's to everybody in the that competed in this season. Any of the races, showed up to any of the race nights. See you fudging later. Nate shot. Well. Oh, nobody has a video of him saying that? Come on.